Dante Bowe needs to get his act together.
The thing that made it easy to kind of like be like, okay, we're gonna put you on suspension, was because I accidentally posted a nude photo of myself. It wasn't salacious, but it was a nude photo.
How do you accidentally pick reel, post, or story, and then upload it and select music?
But let's talk about it here on All Things Theology. Cue my theme music.
All things theology, all things theology. We chop it up properly without an apology. Gotta give doxology to God, hallowed be, cause this is how we do it at All Things Theology.
Yo, grace and peace. Welcome back to another episode of All Things Theology, where this is your host, K-Dub, and today we're going to talk about Dante Bowe. He used to be a part of the group, Christian group, allegedly, right?
No.
That was a part of Maverick City, right? And so he recently was interviewed by Jamal Harrison Bryant. And actually, Jamal Bryant was actually the voice of reason in a lot of this discussion, which just like, it's bad when Jamal Bryant is correcting. But nevertheless, let's get right into it. Let's talk about it here.
Dante Bowe is with us on today.
Yes, sir.
I am grateful to have you here. I read years ago a book on ethnomusicology that talks about how white groups like the Rolling Stones ago 50 years, Led Zeppelin, Kiss, but historically in American music, they always separate the group to do separate deals.
Mm-hmm.
It almost went viral like wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
Who broke up the band? It was the Fat Boys broke up first. Eric B. and Rakim broke up.
And let me just say this: you got Backstreet Boys or NSYNC, they split up. Justin Timberlake,
Jodeci broke up.
Yeah.
Not Maverick City.
Yeah.
Commission broke.
Let me just say, I don't trust anyone wearing shades inside. It gives Jim Jones vibes all the way.
Broke up. The Winans broke up. The Jacksons broke up. Not Maverick City.
I mean, some of them were family that you named. I mean, we were just young kids coming together, trying to make a living, trying to make music that had never been made before. But I feel like we didn't have like proper mentorship. But also, it's not even on mentorship. I think in general, like, you outgrow your group. When you have 5 great musicians in one group, it's kind of hard to keep that, confined or like boxed in. You know what I mean? I feel like at some point, someone's going to want to do something better, or not better, but in their eyes, something better for themselves or bigger than what they've done with the group. And so
now, one thing you're going to see throughout this interview, this man is very prideful, but one thing you're going to see very clearly is like he believes he's a star, and the group was kind of holding him back, and he is better than all of them. And look, I think that's going to be very evident, and I think even Jamal Bryant recognizes that. So watch this.
Regardless of like myself, I feel like we would have broken up anyway.
So you were like the Bobby Brown in New Edition.
Yeah.
My goodness.
No.
How dare you?
You don't want to be the Bobby Brown of anything. Now, you're going to see it's not that far off of a comparison. Now, if you know Bobby Brown, he was a wild, wild child, right?
Pretty much the Beyonce. Destiny's Child.
Yes. Okay, so everybody wants to know because of so many stories circulating. First, they red-shirted you and said that you were on extended self-care retreat.
I love y'all, man.
Then they put you on timeout. Then you're like, oh, no, I'm transferring.
Yeah, man. Like, what's crazy? And we cool now, but like, I didn't really bow to anything of like any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, they I was supposed to go away for 6 months.
Why?
First it was because I would do things on my own. So I was the first in my group to perform at the Doves by myself while they
Yeah, he was a maverick, pardon the pun, right? Isolated, doing things on his own. It's like very interesting.
They performed second after me, or Stellar Awards, nominated for my own. And I don't like talking about my accolades or none of that stuff, but like,
But I will.
I had already made number ones and stuff on my own, and I think I was still part of the group. And so I had to turn down a bunch of gigs and different things like that with the group. And so naturally, you're replaceable because you're not even, you might do 8 dates out of the 20-something we got to do. So it's already like, we can get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? But people was doing all kind of bad stuff. I was just the one that was like used as the poster child.
So I mean, he's dry snitching on everybody. People doing all types of bad stuff, right? But you know, I mean, I ain't saying he wrong, but it's just very interesting. He's willing to, like, that question wasn't even asked, and he went out of his way to snitch, right?
The thing was, I don't think I've ever said it like this blatant, but I don't really like it's old news now. But the thing that made it easy to kind of like be like, okay, we're gonna put you on suspension, was because I accidentally posted a nude photo of myself. It wasn't salacious, but it was a nude photo.
How do you?
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Reacting to their nastiness. You nasty.
So I never saw the pic. I didn't want to look it up, but I have heard about this picture floating around there of him posting this, as he called it, salacious. Right? He says, matter of fact, he says it was just a nude photo and it actually wasn't salacious. But I mean, that's literally one of the definitions of salacious: appealing to or stimulating sexual desire, characterized by indicating sexual desire, lustful. So, I mean, that would literally fall in the category of the definition. But nevertheless, yeah. So he posts this photo, I guess it's Instagram, where he has a Shannon Sharp moment where he accidentally posts a picture with music as well in the picture. It's just very weird. Again, he says it was an accident. Okay, nevertheless, I do kind of look. I kind of think it's weird his reasoning on how he takes this picture. We're gonna listen to that.
You accidentally pick reel, post, or story, and then upload it and select music. How do you do that by accident?
It was 2 p.m. I think it was karma, but it was 2 p.m. And a lot of people ask me like, "Were you drinking or was you doing?" Like, I really wasn't. I got out of the shower. I always take I work out, so I always take like photos of my body, whatever, like when I get out. And so I did the.
I think that's kind of like narcissistic. Like, the thing you think about, like, just you work out, you take a shower. Every time you get out of the shower, you take a picture of yourself naked. Just real weird kind of energy going on here.
I did the same thing, and I used the Instagram camera because it's better, and the young people, y'all know it's better. So I used Instagram's camera. Naturally, my thumb hit post. I would never want to post that. So naturally, my thumb hit post. Somebody from my team texted me. I'm just sitting on the couch chilling. At this point, I'm just watching TV.
What do y'all think about the explanation here? Y'all buy it? You don't buy it? Again, I'm not gonna get into that. I mean, I get it. Sometimes you fall in these moments of just kind of routine. I guess it's possible. But I'm going to leave this to you guys to answer if you believe it or you don't. Put 1 if you believe it. Put 2 if you don't believe this at all.
Text me was like, "Oh my God, take it down, take this." I'm like, bruh, what? How did I do this? And obviously, what I mean by it wasn't salacious is like,
it was salacious.
There was nothing like sexual about the photo in and of itself, but it was.
You were naked. Again, I'm assuming that it was. I don't know what it showed, but I'm sure it showed you out, shirt off. I don't know how much nakedness. I don't care. I don't want to know, right? But some of you probably do know, right?
Feel me out the shower, like, so.
Okay, so the 6-month suspension was about soft porn or a solo career?
That's the thing. A lot of people. No. What's crazy is like, what's crazy? I used to watch interviews of certain people talk about the industry and talk about like what really happened, and it just sounds so far fetched. But like, genuinely, like, I was arguing with him like way before that. I was doing my own. I was on an arena tour, same level as the Maverick City tour.
Wow.
Same arena. I was playing arenas twice. Like, I would go play with Maverick City.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. Well, it kind of sounds like what he's saying is, well, they were trying to bring me on 6-month suspension because we already were beefing, which I don't doubt that. Unfortunately, that is the case with a lot of groups. And it seems that he is the oddball out, that he was the kind of ringleader of all these fuels. And so you can tell very clearly he didn't want to oblige by these, the suspension, the kind of timeout they were trying to put him on for his, really, I mean, from the post I saw, whereas they were saying his character doesn't align with what Maverick City's beliefs are and values are. So it actually doesn't seem like this was the only thing that was going on.
I played for King Country twice.
Wow.
And I was winning the awards. I was getting #1 plaques. I was getting like gold plaques. And it doesn't mean much to the people that are watching and consuming, but to execs, that it's all about business.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't in and of itself only. Once you are exclusive, it's easier for you to make money for the thing you're exclusive, for. You know what I mean? And so I wasn't exclusive. And it just made it harder for everybody on the back end. And so when that happened, it was easier for me. And I used to get him hell, like, I ain't never said this either, but I used to get him hell, like, as far as, like, things that I thought should be better, or I'm on my own green room. And I wasn't being arrogant or prideful. I just genuinely felt like.
So, what?
No.
How dare you?
So he I guess he's giving them, hell. He's giving them the business because he wanted his own green rooms, like, apart from the group. That's why I say, man, this guy does have Bobby Brown tendencies. Where, he's like, I'm the star of this show. Temptations, what was it? David Ruffin? That's him. He is David Ruffin. Right? He's the star of the show. Y'all ain't nothing without me. David Ruffin made y'all, right? That is him right here.
I genuinely felt like it was.
Or was that 5 Heartbeats? Either way, y'all know what I'm talking about.
That I had worked for. And so I did that. Our Stella Awards, I can't bring my grandmother. Okay, well, I'm not coming. So I didn't go. And so I think in general, it was about both. Like, I think the photo just made it easy to be like, that photo was nothing compared, like, come on. Like, compared to the Christian music industry. And we're kids too. Like, we weren't even like the adults. They got some other stuff. But like, just like with us in our 20s, early 20s, like, that was not that big of a deal, trust me. That was not the biggest thing we met about. But it was.
Yeah, so, this is just one of the controversies I've heard from Dante Bowe. And again, you have other people in Maverick City that do some wild things too. Unfortunately, this is how the gospel industry, the Christian ministry is with artists. As long as someone can sing, their actions are really just really dismissed. And it's like, well, you can't go too wild, but as long as you're just not that wild, right? But even Dante Bowe even crossed the wild standard that they will even allow, right? Which is crazy. But let's go to our next clip.
And even, I think you're missing what I'm asking.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Because even in your intonation on fans, and I need my own green room because I deserve it.
Now, you in a bad spot when Jamal Bryant is the voice of reason and the voice of moral, foundation and standard. I mean, I actually do appreciate Jamal Bryant actually pushing back on some of the things that were said, because I think he's even, maybe it's the generation gap where he's like, okay, you a young buck and what you actually wanting and doing is like, it's foolish, right? And so, yeah.
Is that I should be at this level because of my plaques. I don't know how different that is if I don't make you Quavo and Amigos. To say how
does you any
industry impact ministry?
Listen to this answer. I'm going to play it all the way through.
It's a good question. I think specifically in this case, ministry kind of got lost.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ministry started on the stage.
Yeah.
Everything before that, even everything after that, it wasn't a part of our daily devotion. It wasn't a part, like, ministry, even hearing that word sometimes, like, that's not even like what we would talk about or anything like that. It would be, the stage would provoke that idea.
Now, this is a guy in a Christian singing group saying, you know, thinking it's strange to kind of even refer to it as ministry because, like, we weren't about that. Unfortunately, it's just only of the stage. You get off the stage, like, you're singing all these songs about Jesus, but when you get off the stage, it's just what you really like to do, and all this, you know, it's not really about God and not about Jesus. The Bible isn't really being talked about. As long as it's on stage, that's the ministry. Unfortunately, this is how a lot of groups operate. A lot of artists operate. You know, they can talk the talk on stage, but when they get off the stage, that's really them. That's the real person. What you see on the stage is actually the facade. But man, it's just really weird, strange for me to hear a Christian speak like this, right? Wow. All right, last clip. Let's talk about it.
I think I know how to sing a church song. I know how to write one.
So there's been a lot of people talking about him kind of doing both lanes. He's doing his Christian music, but he also do this kind of explicit music. And I was looking up stuff. I didn't go watch the video, but I saw articles talking about his sexualized music videos. And so it seems he's straddling this fence here. And to Jamal's credit, he gonna call it out on him. So again, we gotta talk about it.
From my heart, I also know how to write an R&B song. I know how to write about love. I done been through all that stuff. And I think I just need to that's why I don't do interviews, because I be too honest. That's what killed Tone.
That's why we need you here.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no. We need you here. There are those who will come out of your Kojic background that would say, you got to choose ye this day. You can't be double-minded in all your ways.
Absolutely, man.
Right. Yeah, so how do you justify in your own mind that God has given me a gift to write these incredible, transformative worship encounter songs, and he's given me a talent to do R&B. We not seen this in all of Israel.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you.
It's a good question.
Yeah, how do you do Soul Fest and then do Holy Convocation the same week?
And I did do so. You know what's crazy? And Miranda Curtis, shout out to Miranda Curtis. She was backstage with me, dancing at Soul Fest with me. Like, I feel like for me, it's just something that has come naturally and easy. And I feel like the confirmation is really just through my spiritual mentors, and like also through, you know, I mean, in general, I'm just I'm integral. So yeah. I was singing my R&B songs in front of God. Like, I don't feel any shame, any condemnation.
That's unfortunate if these songs are explicit in nature, and you're singing them unto God or before God, whichever language you want to use. I don't know how you don't feel shame or condemnation, or let's just use shame, because if he is truly a Christian, there's no condemnation in Christ. Although there's some people speculating if he is actually a Christian. I don't know too much about this guy. Okay, so I'll be fair. But you should be shamed by singing these songs that are raunchy and etc. and sexualized in nature, and your music videos that are sexualized, and there should be shame.
And it's not because I'm doing me. It's because they really are integral songs, and the songs that I've kind of like lived with and things that I've lived through.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just feels like I'm making another album. It doesn't feel like I'm making an R&B album. It feels like this is where I am.
It's who you are.
And I want to bring my supporters and different people like that into my journey, and not just. I'm tired of lying about stuff like that. I had to lie about my entire career. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of lying about how cool I am, how
How
my
dare
goodness,
you?
man. This guy.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
This guy, man, he loves himself. He loves himself. I mean, I couldn't even imagine even saying that as in being serious. He's dead serious. You know, I'm tired of lying about how cool I am. Like, I mean, this guy really feels himself. He don't think his stuff stank, right? I mean, look at this guy. I mean, he loved him some Dante Bowe. He loved himself some Dante Bowe. I mean, I can see why this guy would be a problem in any kind of group thinking. I mean, marriage, church, artist group, job. I mean, this will be a bad mix with anything that involves more than one people.
I think, how I act.
If politics wasn't in it, if contracts not in it, music not in it, personality's not in it, and you can only choose one, what are you going to do? And you can only do that for the rest of your life. Politics not in it, the label's not in it, money's not in it. What is that gives you the most joy in this season of your life?
What you mean? What gives me most?
I'm saying, what do you enjoy? Do you enjoy R&B the most? Do you enjoy CCM the most? I don't know, in your other life, you was a quartet singer. I don't know what you're doing. So if you can only choose one, this is your day of reckoning. Which one are you doing?
Gospel.
Thank you.
I love gospel. I like the way it makes me feel.
Come home. Come home. Bo, come home. You just got amplified church hurt. Come home. My storage is empty.
I'm gonna come home.
I'm available. Yeah,
He's
don't
going to
come
come
home if
home?
the other thing don't work out.
There you go.
Nah.
No, you got to come home.
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, if Jamal Bryant is the voice of reasoning, you're in a bad place. You're in a bad place if he is the voice of reasoning. I mean, look, I don't agree with much of what Jamal Bryant said. I mean, he's really just, you know, sunning this young man and showing him, hey, look, man, yeah, you just hurt. Now, again, I don't recommend you go to Jamal Bryant's church because you're going to get a mess of problems. But, okay, he said some right things. Yeah, right. And, yeah, unfortunately, many people do gospel music just because it's an emotional appeal. But unfortunately, like, yeah, he's definitely, it seems, pursuing more of the secular route harder. And, you know, Jamal Bryant will like, don't come home once it, you know, don't work out. Cause you know, the Christian church, will accept you no matter what. Right. And you know, you could be living the worst lifestyle, unfortunately. And people hey, go up there and sing, baby. It don't matter. Right. Man, I think he needs to actually sit down and mature. He seems to lack maturity. Again, I only see this interview, so I don't know him that well, but this is just my first impression from him, from Dante Bowe. But hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully it was educational. Till the next time, grace and peace. Oh, grace and peace. Thank you for watching another episode of All Things Theology. If you enjoyed what you heard today, go on and give me a like. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. I promise to give you weekly lives, videos, interactions, exposing false teachers, sharing with you, the viewer, my theological beliefs, things about the culture, and the Bible. So if you're here for that, come on and join us. Also, if you would like to support this channel financially, you can do so by becoming a Patreon member or a YouTube member. Links are in the description below. You can see content before it drops. You can also have Q&A sessions with also other Patreon members, YouTube members as well. So if you would like that, hit the description link in below.